Okay, have you ever had that feeling? You know, you're trying to speak English, have a real conversation, and the words just, they get stuck.
Right. Or maybe you're just really busy. Too busy for, like, a proper course.
Exactly. But you still want to get better, faster, improve your spoken English.
If that sounds familiar, well, you're definitely listening to the right deep dive today.
Yeah, today we're diving into how you can really, seriously improve your English conversation skills. Get fluent, fast.
And we've pulled together some fascinating sources for this.
Oh, it's a fantastic collection. What really struck me looking through them was just how practical they are. Like immediate things you can use.
Totally. We're talking structured audio lessons you can fit into a busy day, these huge vocabulary lists, but really focusing on the key words you actually need.
Right, the common stuff.
In-depth guides to everyday American English conversations, cultural etiquette, which is crucial.
Oh, definitely. And a whole lot of practical self-study techniques, too. It's quite a mix.
Absolutely. So our mission for you, the listener, is basically to give you a shortcut.
Yeah, cut through the noise.
Exactly. We pull out the surprising facts, the actionable tips, so you gain knowledge quickly, you don't get overwhelmed.
And hopefully have some of those aha moments.
That's the goal, those moments that really push your learning forward. So let's get into it, starting with the foundation.
Right, because lots of learners hit that wall, don't they? Trouble having real conversations or just feeling too busy for classes.
It's a common problem, but the sources point to a clear starting point. Building your lexical core.
The lexical core. Okay.
Yeah, the first fundamental step is learning the most frequently used words in English.
Just the words.
Well, not just the words, it's also understanding the common structures, sentence patterns, you know, the common expressions, phrasal verbs, idioms.
Ah, okay. The stuff people use constantly in daily life.
Precisely. And here's where it gets really interesting about that core.
Yeah. What do the sources reveal about, like, how many words we actually need?
Okay, get this. Knowing just 2,500 to 3,000 of the most common words, that can get you to understanding 90% of everyday English conversations.
90%.
Really?
From just 3,000 words. That covers newspapers, work English too.
That's what the research indicates. Newspapers, magazines, workplace English, daily chats, 90%.
Wow, that sounds incredibly efficient. So what about the other 10%?
Well, that's the thing. Often you can figure out that last 10% from the context. Or you just ask. The key isn't memorizing a dictionary. It's learning the right words, the high-frequency ones. Avoids wasting time, you know.
Gives you the biggest bang for your buck quickly. Makes sense.
Exactly. And for absolute beginners, it's even simpler.
Right. The sources mention something about just 50 words or phrases.
Yeah, about 50 essentials can unlock basic communication right away. Think greetings. Hello, hi, good morning.
Farewells, like goodbye. Basic questions. How are you?
And the standard response, I'm fine, thanks. Or, what's your name? My name is. Where are you from? I'm from. Crucial stuff.
And those everyday polite words. Yes. No. Please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Excuse me. Sorry. They're foundational.
Plus simple sentences like, I like, or I don't like. Even basic numbers and colors. It gets you started immediately.
It does. It builds that initial confidence. So once you've got that foundation, that lexical core, how do you, spring it together, make it flow?
Good question. The sources suggest moving to structuring your speak from topics to dialogues.
Right. And the core idea here, which I found really compelling, is not to just skim across lots of topics.
No, it's about depth, isn't it? Focusing on one specific topic until you can talk about it almost automatically, fluently.
Exactly. Then move on. One source actually lists 75 common topics.
75? Wow. Like what?
Oh, all sorts. Presented as questions and answers, often with audio. Things like family, restaurants, travel, but also hobbies, music, shopping, weather, jobs.
Even more abstract things.
Yeah, like technological advancements or what is success. It covers a huge range of daily life situations.
So you really master the conversation around, say, ordering food before you move on to discussing the weather.
That's the idea. Build that specific conversational muscle.
So it's about learning entire scenarios, not just phrases in isolation.
Absolutely. And the sources give loads of examples like introductions and small talk.
Right. The difference between formal, good morning, Professor Austin, and informal, hi, Ellen, how's it going?
Yeah, or how to introduce people. This is my friend Emma versus I'd like you to meet Dr. Edward Smith. Different situations, different language.
And I thought the bits on handling everyday stuff were so useful. Telling time, making phone calls politely.
Or what to say when the phone connection is bad, cutting out.
Yeah. Or those phrases for coincidences like, long time no see, or what a small world. Little things that make you sound natural.
They really do add up. And this topic-based approach works for everything. Scenarios around town.
Like ordering a meal. Can I start you off with something to drink?
Exactly. Or visiting the doctor. What seems to be the problem? Asking for directions. Even calling 911 for an emergency.
You know, one example that stood out to me was the broken washing machine.
Oh, yeah. Why that one?
Because it's so normal.
Yeah.
A mundane problem, right?
Yeah.
But the source showed how it leads to a whole conversation about dry cleaning, services, pickup times.
Right. It shows you the entire interaction you'd actually have, not just the word broken.
Exactly. It's the whole flow.
And it continues with pastimes and activities, talking about your age, movies, skills,
Planning vacations. Understanding red-eye flights.
discussing pets, giving opinions, talking about weddings, using idioms like tie the knot.
It really covers the spectrum of daily life conversations, which leads us nicely into the social side of things.
Navigating social interactions, greetings and introductions, and importantly, the cultural context.
Yeah, the sources emphasize that greetings are way more than just words.
Oh, definitely. They're about acknowledging someone, connecting personally, vital in any language.
And it's funny how many are just formulas, right? Like, how are you?
Exactly. The standard answer is fine, thanks, even if you're having a terrible day. Unless it's a close friend, people don't usually expect the real story.
That's a key cultural point, especially maybe for learners.
For sure. And then introductions, simple phrases like, I'm name, or my name's name.
Or introducing others. I'd like you to meet. Or this is.
Right. And in formal settings, you might hear, how do you do?
To which the correct response is.
Also, how do you do? Maybe with a different intonation, or fine, thank you, how do you do? Or simply, pleased to meet you, it's a pleasure to meet you. Standard formal replies.
Okay, but culture really plays a big role here.
Yeah.
The sources compare India and the West specifically. Let's talk handshakes.
Okay. In the US, it's usually a firm, brief handshake when you first meet, 2-3 seconds, not usually when leaving.
And in India.
Men almost always shake hands with other men. For women, it varies. Westernized women might shake hands with foreign men, but many prefer the traditional namaste.
Which is joining the hands together.
Yes, a sign of respect. And touching an older person's feet is also common, especially in rural areas. Very different norms.
Another difference. Compliments. In the West, you typically say thank you.
Right. But in India and some other cultures too, people might deny or downplay the compliment. It can be seen as more humble.
Interesting. And titles seem much more important in India.
Definitely. Professional titles, doctor, professor, even PhDs often go on business cards, get mentioned in introductions.
Whereas in the US or UK, it's often first names pretty quickly.
Much more common, yeah. In Indian business, you generally wait to be invited to use first names. And courtesy titles like Mr., Mrs., Miss are standard if there's no professional title.
And using sir for someone in authority is more frequent in India than the US.
Much more frequent. There's also a clearer hierarchy in introductions, highest rank first. If ranks are equal, you introduce the person you know less well to the one you know better.
Lots of subtle rules to navigate.
And it's not just India. The sources mention the Arab world too, where greetings and goodbyes are often more elaborate than Western ones, even with strangers.
So context and culture are absolutely key.
You can't separate them from the language, which brings us to decoding the language itself.
Right. Decoding English, grammar, pronunciation, and expressions.
Yeah.
Because it's not just words and culture, is it? Basic grammar matters for clarity.
Fundamental. And one thing spoken English uses constantly is contractions.
Oh yeah, I'm, she's, we've, don't.
Exactly. They make speech flow naturally. You hear them constantly, use them in emails too, unless it's very formal. It's a shortcut everyone uses.
And then pronunciation. This is a tricky one in English.
It really is, because the spelling doesn't always match the sound. You've got 44 sounds, but only 26 letters.
So one letter can make different sounds.
Yep. Think of heech, machine, monarch, chief emir, same letters, different sounds. Or A in late last, fat.
All different A sounds.
And the opposite is true too. Same sound, different spellings, like the N sound in neck, funny, sign.
Or the vowel in get, you hear it in head. Leisure, many. Different spellings again.
Even single letters doing double duty, like Q sounding like Q in question, or X like K's an excuse.
It's complex. The takeaway is don't always trust the spelling for pronunciation.
Pretty much. You need to listen a lot and learn the patterns. It's not perfectly phonetic, and that's just how English is.
Okay. And beyond pronunciation, Real conversations have other layers, right? Like intonation.
Hugely important. How you say something changes the meaning. Rising tone for a yes/no question, or maybe surprise.
Falling tone for an information question. And stressing certain words.
Right, that's a great idea. Stressing great adds emphasis. It's musicality.
And then there are all those little conversational cues native speakers use.
Yeah, like, oh no, for sympathy. Sounds great. To agree?
No problem. To reassure someone? Sure thing. For a casual, okay.
Or, oh yeah, when you remember something, why don't you? To make a suggestion. These little phrases grease the wheels of conversation.
And then, of course, phrasal verbs and idioms. They're everywhere.
Absolutely unavoidable if you want to sound natural. Cutting out for bad phone signal.
Long time no see. What a small world.
Driving down prices, a recipe calls for certain ingredients. Take care of pets or tasks.
Make up my mind. Red-eye flight. Tie the knot. Even raining cats and dogs.
You got it. Mastering these is a big step towards real fluency.
Okay, so knowing all this is great, but how do learners actually practice and improve on their own?
Good question. Let's talk strategies for self-study, boosting your English skills. The key is variety. Mix things up.
Right, like strategic reading. The sources say pick books at your level, but maybe slightly challenging.
Exactly. And set goals. Read X pages a week or finish a chapter.
And they specifically mention literature, not just textbooks. Things like To Kill a Mockingbird or The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, because novels and stories give you more than just language practice. You get writing styles, culture, richer vocabulary, the soul of the language, you could say.
Nice. And movies, too.
Definitely. Choose ones that aren't too complex linguistically at first. Start with subtitles if you need them.
But the goal is to eventually turn them off.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge your listening. Get used to the natural speed and flow. It's great ear training.
What about writing? How does that help speaking?
It reinforces everything. Keep a journal, start a blog in English. After you read or watch something, write a quick summary or your thoughts.
So it makes you use the grammar, the vocabulary.
Precisely. Practices sentence building. You can write about your day, your opinions, your learning journey, anything.
And maybe try creative writing. Short stories.
Sure, start simple. Or prepare mini presentations on topics you like, hobbies, movies, future plans. It builds your ability to speak in detail.
Okay, what about memorization? Any tricks?
Mnemonics. Create mental images or associations for new words, like linking ephemeral, meaning short-lived, to a soap bubble. Makes it stick.
Clever. And speaking practice, even if you're alone.
Absolutely. Record yourself. Listen back to check pronunciation, fluency, see your progress.
Or just talk to yourself.
Yeah, narrate your day out loud in English. Okay, now I'm making coffee. Feels weird at first, but it works.
I like the idea of creating an immersive environment at home, too.
Sticky notes. Label your fridge, your door, your computer with the English words. Constant exposure.
Or change your phone language to English.
Perfect example. Forces you to see and use everyday English constantly.
And online, social media.
Great resource. Follow English accounts, join Reddit groups or Facebook communities where people discuss things in English. You see informal language, slang, different viewpoints.
What about listening besides movies?
Podcasts. There are great ones for learners like The Fluent Show or All Ears English. They give tips, cultural insights.
And music.
Sure. Find songs with clear lyrics. Look up the lyrics online, understand the idioms, the references. It's fun.
And making it fun seems key. Gamified learning.
Yeah, loads of apps do this. QuizUp, Scrabble Online, Duolingo, Memrise. They use points, competition. Makes practice less of a chore.
Even grammar apps like Grammarly or Babbel offer exercises with feedback.
And don't forget ebooks with built-in dictionaries or audiobooks on apps like Kindle or Audible. Technology offers so many tools now.
It really does. So wrapping this all up, we've covered a lot.
We really have. It's been a deep dive into English conversation, the vocabulary core, the dialogues, the cultural stuff, pronunciation, self-study.
It shows how a strategic approach, mixing all these elements, can seriously speed up your journey to fluency.
You've now got this huge toolkit, really, lots of insights, which brings us to the final thought for you, the listener.
Okay.
If listening truly is the key to better speaking, and if deep learning, that repetition, is the secret to fluency, then the question is, which single conversation topic or which self-study technique we talked about, which one will you commit to mastering first, starting today?
Which one will unlock your full conversational potential? Something to think about.